The plane dropped the bomb in a crowded marketplace. It is an all too familiar scene for the people of the rebel stronghold of Douma. This town is regularly targeted by Syrian government airstrikes, but Sunday's attack was the worst yet. Civil defense workers and others gathered at the site of the explosion to help move the wounded when more air raids hit. More than 100 people were killed and dozens of others were wounded. Doctors at the field hospital struggled to help those who survived. Many of them were critically injured. According to activists on the ground, the victims were civilians. Women and children were among them. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights called the attacks an official massacre that was carried out deliberately. Syrian state media didn't mention the attack on Douma, but a military source was quoted as saying the Air Force carried out strikes in Douma and the nearby suburb of Harasta that targeted the headquarters of the rebel group, the Islam Army. A day earlier, the group had announced a new offensive against government forces and captured an army base in Harasta. Fighting around the capital Damascus has escalated in recent days. Douma has been out of government control for years, but the military still controls the skies, and civilians more often than not have been targeted. Harasta, like Douma, is at the doorsteps of the government's seat of power. That is why Sunday's attacks are being seen as a message to the people of the area. The government will consider them responsible for the actions of the opposition.
So, Zaina, it seems that Stephen O'Brien, the UN humanitarian chief's visit, has brought little to no relief at all for Syrian citizens.
No, and the UN really, like I mentioned earlier, has been ineffective to find a political solution to this crisis. And we do know that Russia and Iran are pushing forward with presenting proposals to try to find a peaceful settlement to this conflict, but they haven't made much progress. What Russia is trying to do is broaden the international coalition against ISIL to include the Syrian government in one way or another, actually trying to legitimize the Syrian government. This has been rejected by the opposition as well as its regional backers. And Iran is also presenting a 4-point peace plan. It has also been rejected. This peace plan calls for a ceasefire, forming a national unity government, holding elections under international supervision, amending the constitution. But in both these proposals that are being presented by the Syrian government's main allies, there is no mention of the future of the Syrian president, Bashar al-Assad. And that has been the sticking point from the start. And the very fact that the opposition does not want to start talks until they know what the fate of Bashar al-Assad is, means that there's no progress on the diplomatic front. And now we're seeing an upsurge in violence on the ground. There are those who believe that maybe we're going to see even more fighting or more military operations in the coming days, because they feel maybe that they can make gains, political gains, by gaining the upper hand on the ground. So no respite, the UN unable to do much, a diplomatic offensive, let's say, on the part of Russia and Iran, not making any progress at all.
Zaina Hodda joining us there live from Beirut. Thanks very much for the update, Zaina.